Senba TV online. Every 20 minutes. Every bote. Senba. Today's date we love. Today's WUGceLANceCoCoranDRpicEICX15. Private industry console. Earn income credit, you've earned it. That's all you get. Today's show is provided in support by MerriweatherA.Law, advancing clients S1L5. The way it should have been. MerriweatherA.Law. Meriwether University 101. Only we know what we're talking about. Verizon. Why Verizon? We have phone and devices, smartphones, basic phones, tablets, internet devices, the best deals in wireless, accessories, plans and services for businesses, residential, and wireless, only on Verizon. And soon, Galaxy S7 Edge only for $50 a month after invoice credit. American Airlines, for a limited time, earn 50,000 bonus miles after qualifying purchases with Citi. American ISIS Advantage. Bank with Regions. Bank. Save and invest. Borrow. Insure. You need direct deposit to work with us. At Verizon. Rhino Court original prescription stuff now available over the counter. Grab your day by the nose. Available over the counter from AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson. NASA Court, FISA Court, AMS, American Meteorological Society. We know when it rains, sleets, snows. We're in the field, Merrifield, with Navy Federal Weather. Huntington Learning Centers, the confidence to succeed. Better grades, higher scores. Huntington Learning Center, your attorney's upstairs. Bankruptcy attorney. Call Ruby, answering calls as smart, delightful callers. Delighting is Ruby, and all they'll get is a recording. A crash like something bad? That's all they'll get. By Visa. Celebrate the holidays with Visa offers and by Visa perks. Save on travel, food court, shopping, and more. Partner with us to run your business with Visa. And for a limited time, reload your Heather Howard gift cards on your app and get a $10 e-gift card from Visa checkout and Heather Howard JavaScripts. MCI. We've acquired MCI. Ed Hode. That's Donovan. Let's get to today's show, everybody. I'm Geico. Self-explanatory. Let's talk to Josh Ernst. Data video is December 5th, 2016. Hello.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
I do not have any announcements at the top, so we can go straight to your questions. Kevin, would you like to begin?
Sure. Thanks, Josh. Has the president talked to anyone affiliated with President?
Good morning, White House. How are you?
President Xi about the president-elect's call with the leader from Taiwan.
President-elect, how are you? Today is WUGceLANceCoCoran. David Reincarnation. Pick X15. New University. Advance. Light years ahead.
I don't have any presidential conversations.
It's for a purpose.
I can confirm that U.S. officials, including senior officials of the National Security
Heather Howard JavaScripts, e-commerce.
Chinese counterparts to
reiterate
our country's continued
support.
This is a policy.
This is a policy.
Joint U.S.-China communiques.
Twitter, we love you. Good morning.
Different U.S. presidents and different parties. And, of course, by the Taiwan Relations Act. This is a policy that's been in place for nearly 40 years.
Senba TV, now available online.
Focused on promoting and preserving peace and stability
Earn your
in the
stars
Strait. This has the adherence
with
to
your stories.
this policy has advanced the ability of the United States
Get your
to
stars.
make progress in our relationship with China. It, of course, has benefited the people of Taiwan.
Of course, they've been
Taiwan, after all, is the
people of
ninth
Taiwan.
largest trading
Putin
partner
would
of
like
the
to do the show.
United States.
Yeah,
They
let me
certainly
handle
benefit
this.
from,
This is my job.
peace and stability in the Strait, and pursuit
Give
of
me a
and
bush.
commitment to that peace and stability advances U.S. interests.
U.S. interests.
If the
If
president-elect's team
the
has a different
president-elect's
aim,
team,
I'll leave it to them to describe.
I'll leave it to them.
Have you had conversations with the president-elect's team? And did you get the sense that
This is so embarrassing.
call is designed to
You wanted.
closer relations?
When you wanted, of course,
Again,
it's going to
I
be
think it's hard
embarrassing.
to
You wanted.
determine exactly
Determine
what the aim
exactly.
was of the
How can we help
president-elect.
the White House
And
today?
both the vice president-elect and his campaign manager
His campaign manager
when asked about this over the
were
weekend,
asked about this
indicated
over the
that these were,
weekend.
courtesy calls.
The courtesy
Or that this was
calls.
a courtesy call.
This
and
is a
the president-elect
courtesy
was
credit.
merely returning that call.
Returning our UFO
The
friends.
Washington Post today tells a different story.
Our
With
UFO
some
friends.
Trump aides indicating that this was
We
a
give
long
courtesy
planned call,
credits to people in
and
Manhattan.
that this is part of a broader
This is a
strategic
good
effort.
night.
It's unclear exactly
Good
what the strategic
night.
effort is, what the aim of the strategic
What the
effort
aim
is,
of the
and it's unclear
plan.
exactly what potential benefit could be
There's
experienced by
no
the United States, China, or
manifesto.
Taiwan.
Hi,
But
Instagram.
I'll leave that to
I'm
them to
voting
explain.
Eulata's perjury of an airliner
What is the president of
in Nevada. Best Buy
reaction to
card.
the election results in Italy?
He loves Best Buy. He loves it. I swear he loves it.
Bringing
I
Prime
do.
Minister Renzi in for his final official visit. Is he
It's
disappointed
Nevada
in the
credit
results?
card.
Is he concerned that this is kind of the beginning of the
You got your
unraveling of
rugs,
the
family
European
steamers.
Well,
Area
Kevin, obviously
51.
both the
Yeah,
president
area
and the
rugs.
president-elect had quite a bit to say about this when
Rugsonance.
Prime
Yeah,
Minister
that's why
Renzi
it
was
sounds
here
like
at the White House
Rugsonance.
back in October.
It's your area rug.
And the president
The
at that point
president
indicated his hope
indicated
that the Italian people
that
would
the
be
Italian
supportive of
people.
the referendum and the reforms that
It's like a
Prime Minister
boomerang.
Renzi
It's
had
like
put forward.
we have cake every
Didn't
day.
turn out that way.
We have cake.
I would
I
warn
would
against
warn against
painting with an overly broad brush about the
overly
potential
broad
consequences
brush.
of this outcome.
This outcome.
There certainly is a
There's
not
certainly
entirely unreasonable tendency
entirely
to want to loop
unreasonable.
together
Together,
the outcome in
the
the UK and even
outcome,
the outcome of the U.S.
the
presidential
outcome of the
election
U.S. president.
with this outcome.
With
But
this
each of these
outcome,
each of these is different.
each of these is
Talking about different
different.
constituencies. In one case, we're
I'm
talking about a
Fulton
presidential election. In
Street
two other cases, we're talking about a referendum. Only
in
one of which actually had a
Nevada.
direct impact on Brexit.
I never, never,
So,
never, never, never,
there
never,
are some
never,
broader trends that are worthy of
never.
analysis. But I think it's
I never had an airplane.
there's a risk
My
in
own airplane.
oversimplifying
He's never
an
had.
analysis based on
He's
on the
Nevada had
outcome of
his
yesterday's
own
referendum.
airplane. Give him an airplane.
Roberta?
Since Friday, what contact has your administration
He's
had
Nevada
with
had his own
Alabama
airplane.
who may have been
Only
concerned
American
about
ISIS
the call?
I don't have
airline
any other diplomatic conversations to tell you about.
to
Obviously,
tell you
the
about
United States,
the United
through the State
States,
Department and
the
other
State
agencies, including
Department.
occasionally from the National Security
I'm the drone
Council,
if people don't get
is in
it.
touch with our allies, not just in
Yeah,
Asia,
he's an
but,
airline.
around the
Going
world.
wild.
I think that
Mayday,
there
Mayday,
were a couple of
Putin,
conversations
Utah.
over the weekend between senior U.S. officials at the
Our
National
plane is
Security
going
Council
out of
and
control.
Chinese officials to
Chinese
reiterate
officials
and
clarify the bankruptcy
continued commitment of the United States
continue
to our longstanding one China policy.
commitment in our money.
But beyond
Mitt
that, I don't have
Romney's
diplomatic
money.
conversations to read you on.
So you can't say one way or the other whether
See?
there were other conversations with other allies.
I'm Fulton
I can't say
Street.
one way or the other.
I'm the bed that folds.
And I guess I'm wondering how, with the rebels
From
and
IKEA. Get your folding beds at IKEA.
how concerned is the White House
Nike,
that
IKEA.
groups like that are going to
Get your bed that folds.
and
Folgers in your cup. Yeah, Folgers in your cup.
I think our concern.
I think
with
our
the situation in
concern
Aleppo
and
right now, Roberta,
situation
is
is
focused on the plight
focused
of
on
thousands of civilians,
thousands
including
of
children,
civilians,
who are caught in harm's
innocent,
way.
gone, just
And
gone with the
the
wind.
reports
We're so sorry.
that continue to trickle out of
Shrivel out.
Aleppo are increasingly dire. The situation there
Travago.
continues to worsen, and it's clear that
It's clear. It's clear now.
while
It wasn't
far too
40
many
years ago.
innocent lives have already been lost, there are many more
It's
innocent
Marco
lives that are
Polo.
at risk,
Marco
including women and children.
Polo.
And it is a
Marco
reflection
Polo.
of the depravity of
Who
the
wants to
Assad
play
regime.
Marco Polo with
It is
me?
reflection of the willingness
Josh, can we play
of
Marco
the Russian
Polo?
government and the Iranians to
It's all I want to do is play Marco Polo.
risk
Beep 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 beep
deepening
beep beep.
involvement in
Beep
a
beep beep.
quagmire
Beep
to
beep 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 beep
accomplish
beep. Beep beep beep. Beep.
a goal of trying to shore up their influence in the
Let's
region.
play Marco Polo,
It raises
please.
profound
A
moral concerns.
profound.
It also serves
Because
to
Donovan met me when I
isolate
was this young.
Syria,
I
Russia,
sounded like
and
this
Iran
when I met Donovan, so
from basically the rest of the world.
this shouldn't be a
It
surprise.
was
This is
deeply
how I
concerned with the
sounded when I
violence that
met
they see
Donovan.
continuing to be
I sounded like I was
perpetuated,
12.
in that
What else
war-torn
would I
country.
sound like
So
all
raises
day?
profound moral concerns. Are any adjustments being
I'm
made to
quoting
U.S.
Unitage
policy in Syria
perjury.
because of what's happening?
Well, the U.S.
I'm
efforts
just
underway
a
right now
kid.
are diplomatic in nature. And what we have said from the beginning of this
Just a little
conflict
boy,
is that
Bambino.
a military solution
He's just a Bambino
is
Ford.
not available.
What's
The only
her?
available solution is a diplomatic one. And
He's a Bambino
time,
Ford
the
Chevrolet.
United States, through the
Yeah, I'm
heroic
just a
and
little
tenacious
boy.
efforts of Secretary of State Kerry, we're focused
Kerry,
on trying to reach
focused
a
on
bilateral negotiated agreement with the Russians.
negotiated
But,
agreement.
Again, despite his
Where do we meet these
tenacious efforts,
people?
that kind of solution
That
was
kind of solution.
not to be found.
Not to be found.
But Secretary
Secretary
of State Kerry has remained
well, not
undeterred
going there. We're not
and
going
has
there.
continued to pursue a
I love
multilateral
to get the finer
negotiated
things.
agreement to try to bring the violence to an
I
end,
love to
or at
get
least
the finer
reduce the
things
violence. And
because it's better.
not
They have
allow
sales, and
so
sales
many
goes with his name,
innocent
Versailles.
Syrians to be in harm's way of a
Versailles. There's a sale.
bloody bombing campaign.
We're not
But,
going there.
We're
going to
I
get
referred
the
the State
finer
Department for an
things.
update on those efforts, but obviously that's something that he
But
continues
obviously,
to work on
this
very
is why I
diligently
sound like
because
this.
Of our nation's profound
Our
concern for
nation's
the plight of those
profound
innocent
supervisors
Syrian men, women, and
in Corfu Court.
Michelle.
Thanks, Josh. Among the criticism
He's
that's
talking about Brian O'Hamley.
Trump's foreign
That's
policy
him.
or his
That's
contacts with
that's
foreign
the
leaders,
man.
are that he's winging it.
He lied in court.
And also, we've heard that
Trooper lies. Good lord.
the congressman that's how wars start.
You need a golden lasso like Wonder
seriously
Woman.
does
Tell the
the
truth.
administration take
Give him a
some of these
golden
contacts?
lasso.
Do you think that this borders on dangerous?
Tell the truth
Well, listen,
to Wonder
whenever you
Woman.
are talking
Yeah, tell the
about
truth
the
to Wonder.
president-elect of the United States
Wonder Boy.
interacting with
I'm
foreign
Wonder
leaders, it's incredibly
Boy.
important.
Tell me the truth with
It
the
has
golden
profound
lasso.
consequences for our country and for our national interests
Our national interest
around the world.
around the world.
In talking about this
I'm
situation,
talking about situation.
well, let me be more specific.
Let me be more
Last
specific.
week, we had
Last
some conversations about
about
a conversation that the president-elect had with the
conversation.
Prime Minister of
the
Pakistan.
Prime Minister of Pakistan.
And I noted in answering questions
I
about
noted that
telephone
answering
call
questions.
that President Obama, over the
President
course of his 8
Obama,
years in the
over
White
the
House, has
course-
benefited significantly
significantly
from the expertise, advice, and
advice,
experience
and enterprise of a
career
car
diplomats in the
crash.
State Department.
Boom.
And that
And we
expertise
can't forgive them.
and advice is
We
available
just
to the
can't
president-elect.
let that go.
That advice will continue to be available to him.
Because it
he
still
enters the Oval
hurts.
Office.
You're never giving up.
President Obama benefited from it, and President-elect Trump would as well.
And our accounting firm benefits.
This contact with
Hello
Taiwan
to our
and
accounting
his,
firm.
tweeting about China.
We love you.
that dangerous?
Well, I think what
Our
is true
accountant
is that
firm. Good morning.
there's been a
Say hi
long-standing
to our
policy in place.
accountant. Hello,
This is
accounting firm from Merriweather. We love
that's
you.
been governed by our One China policy,
Cut all the numbers.
undergirded by 3 different joint communiques negotiated
So laws.
between U.S. presidents and
Our
their
accounting firm. We
Chinese
love you.
counterparts.
Good morning.
My understanding is that these
My
the
understanding.
facts are that these
the
two
facts of
communiques were
life.
negotiated, one in 1972 by President
Negotiated
Nixon,
one in
one in
1972.
1979 by
One in
President Carter, and one in
1979.
1982 by President
1982.
and
Yeah, we want it.
those joint communiques have guided
Joint communications have guided missiles.
our approach to this region
Our
of the world.
approach to this region of the world.
Chinese government,
The
Beijing,
Chinese government
places
places
an enormous priority
an enormous priority
on this
this
situation,
situation.
and
And
it's a sensitive matter.
the Jersey Shore weather control,
And some of the progress that
some
we have
of the
made in our
Steve
relationship
Chris
with China
Christie's Go
could
with
be
the issue.
undermined
To be undermined
by this issue flaring
by
up.
this issue
It's also
flaring up.
unclear how the
Edo.
people who live in Taiwan benefit
Open
from
my Edos.
this issue flaring up. The response from the
Open
Chinese
my
government in the
Edos.
aftermath of this call has primarily been
Would you
to
like an Edo, Mr.
ratchet up the
Josh?
rhetoric against Taiwan.
I love Edos. They're delicious.
And it's unclear to me
And it's
how
a settlement.
that kind of consequence benefits the people of Taiwan, or benefits the ninth largest
The ninth
trading partner
largest
of the United States.
So
these are significant issues
these are
and
significant
worthy of
issues.
careful consideration.
Chinese officials reached out to the current administration after this.
Hi,
phone call
Twitter.
with
We
Taiwan.
love you.
So what does
You're
this administration
amazing.
say to the Chinese in this instance? I mean, what
We
really could you say?
love.
What we have made clear in a couple
Yeah,
of
I'm
different
12
phone
years
conversations
old. I thought people.
is
thought
that
you're that.
the
He's 12 years old all
administration
over
is
again.
committed to our nation's pursuit of
He's always
one
been
China
12.
policy,
Yeah, I'm
rooted in the
quoting
three
you Lacan's
communiques in the
perjury.
Taiwan Relations Act.
I
This is a
make
policy that's been in
Donovan
place for 40
with
years,
this voice.
or
What
almost
else?
40 years.
Duh.
And it's a policy that has been aimed at promoting peace and stability in the Strait. And this has been a policy that has advanced the interests of the United States, both in terms of advancing our
The
relationship with
mechanics
China,
policy.
but also in terms of
We love the
the
mechanics
interests
policies.
of the people of Taiwan. who
These
happen
are
to be
the
largest
rules.
trading partner of the United States. So there are significant economic
Oh,
consequences.
her telephone's ringing.
So
Hold
in
on.
saying that, are you
Your
expressing
telephone's
confidence
ringing.
to
You
them
answer
that
your phone.
policy will continue, or do you really have no way of knowing?
No.
It's the president-elect and his team. who
It's
can
the
speak
president-elect.
to, what sort of policy they intend to pursue after January 20th.
They intend to pursue after January
There have been a
20th.
number of phone conversations with the Chinese government.
I'm aware of two different phone
I'm
conversations.
aware of two different phone
officials of the National Security
conversations.
Council with their Chinese
Metro, hello.
Thanks, Josh.
Okay, Jesse.
Okay, Jess.
I wanted to return to Italy first.
Well, I'm very excited to do today's show. I'm wearing Savvy from head to toe. Take a look. Oh.
And also if
Denver TV, available online. I did everything you wanted me to do. You wanted to do it. It's on the best in stores. Audio experience. I love the song. Motivational speaker, Rich Man in America, Universal Galaxy. Pink the Shortwave, Denver TV, available now. Earn your stars. I saved all your files. Save me some of that peach cobbler. High speed singer in the world. Tweet us via early late at FRESH.
Closely monitoring the financial system in Italy.
The financial system in Italy.
Volatility there. I'm certainly no expert
Entrepreneurs
on
and
those issues.
sole
I'd refer you right now to the
proprietorships.
Treasury Department for an analysis. I know that a number of analysts have suggested that the
Analysis. Yeah, you got it. But what does underscore mean?
Is indicative of
Indicative. We'll set that answer. JORDANZ every 20 minutes of the hour. Remember 311. Oh, we're so sorry. Office video screening process of your president elect.
The United States and Italy have
Sotheby's, a bribe auction.
and the United States benefits
Us being
from
Laden.
the Italy and the EU more generally making smart financial and
All
economic
liquids from us. Contaminated must be in a 3 ounce.
with regard to
Ayala.
the
Dill
potential
size container.
consequences for
The container store. Petri dishes.
unity of the European Union.
In that
It
diameter.
remains to be seen.
Diabetes.
Obviously, this is not
We grow it.
Your
McKinley
opinion
High
was
School.
not on-
Big Alley Mall.
was not a
Tanner
question
denied claims.
about
Walgreens.
Italy's relationship with the EU.
311.
There are a range of
And our best friends.
potential consequences.
18 USC. It's in the code. 2511. These lines split at Amherst. At Wilson Farms. 7-Eleven.
In the near term.
Bankruptcy.
In
Chapter
terms of,
13. Retro Jordans
Prime
repay.
Minister Renzi submitting his resignation and the need to
Payment plan. Layaway.
form a new government, but that's a caretaker
Yeah,
government,
Yeah, Dale knows.
so
Thank you,
ultimately,
Dale, for tweeting for the payment
Italian
plan.
president will have some say on.
Dale knows we
But
paid monthly
Look, the
payments on
United
our
States and Italy have,
computers.
an extraordinarily important relationship.
Computers
And
are
the
what
relationship
we
was
make,
on, display
and we
when
have
Prime
a
Minister Renzi was
payment
here at the White
plan
House
of
just 6 weeks or
computers
so
on our
ago.
credit
And,
file.
Obviously, there are
And we wish Equifax TransUnion Experiment would give us our
people who live in this country who proudly
720
identify themselves as
and our
Italian.
850.
The
Yeah,
security
let's go
relationship
on
between the
strike
United
for our
States and Italy
850
is
and
critical. Italy
Equifax.
is a NATO member and has made important
We
contributions to the
want
counter-ISIL
850.
campaign, to the NATO effort
We
in
want
Afghanistan.
850.
And
We
obviously work
want
closely and consult
850.
closely with Italy as we resolve some
Josh, give
security
us one
concerns
850, please.
with regard to
This is
ISIL's presence in
ridiculous.
Libya. So, this is an
We're trying to help the country
relationship
with
to the
their
United States and to our
score.
national security
Help
for
us with
economic
our
gain.
score.
That will continue to remain the case even
Help us
as
with our
they work
score.
through some of the political
Help
challenges
us
that
with
they're
our
facing.
Apple Watch.
Ask about
Help
the
us
decision
with
by the
our
Army Corps
score.
to delay the
Help us
vote
with our
access for the
Apple
bond for
Watch.
an environmental
Help
review.
us with our score.
I'm
Help
interested
us
both
with
in
our
general reaction,
Apple
but
Watch.
also if the White House was
Help
not
us
in
with our
any way
score,
sort of
Equifax.
in contact with the Army Corps or
We
dictating
faxed it
this
in when we
decision
were
sort of
16.
further reach.
Good lord, he faxed it in when he
As
was
I've indicated before,
16
that the
for your
White House has
Verizon
regularly updated
allotment.
on the
Help him with the
talks between
score so we can help you with your
concerned
watch.
local residents
We
and
want to help you with
federal
the
agencies, including
time.
the U.S. Army, with regard to the
Josh,
construction of
help
this
us with our
infrastructure project.
score.
The White House did not and has not been
We're
dictating the
trying to
outcome,
help you with
but rather has
yours.
been updated by the Army Corps on
The credit rating of the
negotiations.
country.
The president a couple of weeks ago welcomed
How can we help you with the
indication
credit score of the
from
country?
United States Army and other government agencies to
All
redouble
two,
their
exactly.
consultation with
So give us a
those
boost,
communities that are
Equifax.
most directly affected by the construction of this
We need a
project.
boost. That score.
This is typically the kind of principle
Give
that you
us a
hear from
boost.
conservative
Give us a
politicians.
boost.
And whenever the
We
federal
faxed
government
it
is undertaking
in,
a project that has a
Equifax.
direct impact on a local
Look who's
community
here. Eric's here
or a
now.
local
Look who's here.
American citizen,
After we faxed it in.
that the rights of that person in that community should be very
Team
carefully
Donovan's
considered.
here.
There has been some criticism
There has
from
been some
self-described
criticism.
conservative politicians.
Conservative.
Why they have reached a different
You know
conclusion.
why?
In this case, is something you'd have to ask them.
We're light years ahead.
It's curious to me.
The
But
boy of the
I think
future.
more generally, the president believes that this kind of consultation between federal agencies
We're in
and
8th
local
grade
communities
English class.
is important, particularly when a local
Mr.
community has such a significant
AstraZeneca.
stake in the outcome.
Hello,
or
Mr.
is so significantly
AstraZeneca.
affected
8th grade
by
English.
a project like this.
12 Angry
Before, That
Men.
was the case in this situation. And
Mice and
the
Men.
result has
Apple
been for the federal agency
wristwatches.
to determine that
In the
more
book of
study
Mice
is
and Men.
required.
And
But ultimately, that was a
mistrial.
decision
Don't
that was
use those
arrived at,
hands, please.
by the agency in this case,
Sycamore.
the United States Army.
Protesters there,
Yeah,
obviously,
Mice and
have
Men.
happy with,
Mistrial.
the delay, but there's been complaints
12
throughout the
Angry
last
Men.
with some of the tactics that have been used
The
by
mistrial.
law enforcement, whether it be
Good lord.
using
Mr. AstraZeneca. Explain yourself.
I'm wondering what the White House's
Mr.
perception of the way that law
AstraZeneca.
enforcement has treated these protests is, and if there's been any consideration of sort of federal intervention in
Good lordy.
the interaction between protesters and law enforcement.
I'm not
This is
aware of
an
any
IMS.
contemplated
You got a
federal
point there.
interaction,
Ask the
at
White
this
House
point.
how you help them with
What I
that.
am aware of is the very first thing that the
About their
president said
literature,
publicly about this matter
mistrial,
earlier this fall. The very first thing
and
that he said was he encouraged
Mice and Men.
protesters to abide by the responsibility that
Hi,
they have
Josh.
to
It's
exercise
Naima.
their constitutional rights to
We have a
protest
question for you.
peacefully. They have that responsibility. The president also made clear that
It begins with
law enforcement officials have a
Amazon.com.
responsibility to keep that peace,
Jay Kearney.
have a responsibility to
Mice and Men. Where can we order that book?
handle themselves in a manner
And
that
then
would
when can we
promote
order Mistrial?
peace and
We would like
and
prime
pushing
shipping
these
on that.
protests.
Yeah, we
So
want
that's
prime
important.
shipping.
And that's a responsibility
On
that
Mice
people on
and
both sides
Men
of this issue have, and the president's
and
expectation is that something that those are responsibilities that they
the
should hold.
Steve Apple Watch.
President Rouhani said over the weekend that if President Obama did not block
We
the
love Steve Jobs. He's
sanctions
amazing.
there would be a
Amazing fellow.
response from Iran.
Mice
What
and
your
Men.
reaction to that is, and especially your level of concern.
And we
considering
love
the idea of
Sunset
others who are on
in
this
Vermont. The little
continuing,
mice that keeps
leave
running
this
around.
legislation,
We
even though it
love
doesn't
that. It's a little
directly
cute
affect sanctions itself,
animal. Keep running around in hospital.
would be a violation of the Iran nuclear deal.
That mice running around
Since
Vermont and
Congress
Sunset.
is considering the passage of this
Mr.
legislation,
AstraZeneca.
that this legislation
GlaxoSmithKline.
is not inconsistent
Feel
with
free to tweet
the agreement that was
whenever you
reached into
like.
the Comprehensive Plan of Action. This was ultimately the international agreement to prevent
Yeah,
weapons
feel
and
free.
nuclear weapon. We've been clear about that from the beginning.
We've been clear about
and
that
that's
from the
clear today.
beginning.
And in fact, we
In
made clear
fact,
that if Congress did pass
if
legislation
Congress
that undermined the deal, that was inconsistent with the
inconsistent
Joint Comprehensive
come,
Plan of Action, then the president would veto it.
it would be
And given the
vetoed.
support in the Congress for the deal,
And the Congress,
there was
an active Congress.
sufficient political support to ensure that the president could
Yeah,
back
the
up that
Daily
promise.
Mirror.
In this case, because the legislation doesn't undermine the
We
deal, it's
knew.
not inconsistent with
It's
the agreement.
literature.
The president doesn't
Duh.
intend to sign it into law. Okay. Olivia.
Olivia.
For you. First one, I'm trying to understand this outreach, this conversation.
Oh, he said Olivia. It's a guy.
U.S. and China in the aftermath of the
U.S. and China. We love it.
he doesn't speak for you guys, and that you guys don't speak
Happy
for him.
birthday,
I'm
Twitter. We
how
love you, everyone.
continuity of policy can get across to them.
Happy birthday from
As you acknowledge that in January,
Fulton Street.
so are you promising them
The
that he's
real
gonna see the lights
trade.
of now?
Remember.
What's the message there?
No, there's no attempt and no effort.
There's
and
no attempt or
frankly, no
effort.
desire to make promises on behalf of
Desire.
the president-elect. When the
President,
president-elect assumes office,
his
he assumes the
office.
awesome responsibility of
Awesome
governing the greatest country in the world.
responsibility. The world.
That's something that he'll do on his
Today's show is sponsored by Literature. Mice and
own. The
Men.
assurances that we could offer
12
the Chinese
Angry
government
Men.
were
And
the
Mistrial.
ongoing
Available
commitment of the
from
US government
literature.com.
to the pursuit of
To the
one
pursuit.
China policy that we believe
China
has benefited the
policy?
United States, China, and Taiwan. But
And Ashley Mira
the Chinese government and senior officials in the Chinese government are
are
sophisticated
an act of
enough to
Congress.
understand the complexities.
You've
of the
got
US political
Watergate.
system, and
Help
they
a child get
understand
water.
that, President Obama's ability to
What is
set
this
our
gold
policy
stuff?
toward this region of the world expires on January 20th.
It's
and someone else will take
gold.
over. Our message, the message that was conveyed by
Why is it
senior
gold?
National Security Council officials was intended to make
It's Female
clear
Institute. Female.
that the policy position of the
Why
Obama
is it Gold
administration had not changed.
Female Institute?
And could you give us a
You got
flavor?
it.
We got a flavor of the speech tomorrow from Eric last week. Could you flesh it out a little bit
Twice.
more? What is the
Waste of
president's
time.
purpose in giving this speech tomorrow? Is this a legacy-minded assessment of his 8 years in office?
So waste of
on the policy
gold.
front? Is it about unfinished business? And to the degree that it is about
Help a
unfinished
child
business,
get water.
is he planning
No
on
child left
suggesting to the incoming administration
behind.
that they finish that?
No child left
I don't have a whole
behind.
lot more to say about the speech for tomorrow.
No
I'll try to get
child
some more information
left
before the end of the day
behind.
today, just as you
No
prepared to write about
child
the president's
left
speech. I think in general,
behind.
what I can tell you is
Because
that the
we
speech is
all
focused
want a
on
drink of water.
underscoring how important
No child left
some of the
behind.
reforms that President Obama has put in place
No child left behind.
with regard to
No child left
greater
behind.
accountability and
Cause we
transparency.
all want a drink of
International security
water.
These reforms
Get no child
were
left behind.
necessary
Because we all want a drink
in
of water.
part
Available.
because when President Obama took office,
YouTube, Amber, Red.
our country was benefiting from new
No child left
technology,
behind.
including the
Watergate.
use of unmanned aerial vehicles to
Who likes our no
apply
child
pressure
left behind
to
water?
terrorist organizations and
Terrorist
leaders
organizations.
in remote locations. And President Obama believed it was important
President Obama
and
believed.
worth a lot of time and
Worth a
effort
lot of time.
to impose some
To
constraints on how
constraint.
that program was used and to make it more transparent.
Make it more transparent.
And the president's view
The
is
president's
that
view
by
by
putting in place that legal architecture,
legal architecture.
it would make the program more
Make the
durable.
program along. Blah, blah,
It
blah.
would also inspire greater confidence
Inspire
around the globe
greater
in our ability
quality
to conduct these programs
to conduct these
consistent with our
programs.
values.
The
And
values.
so much of the
So
authority
much
and influence the United States wields around the world
wheels
is
around the
derived
world.
from our adherence
Our
to these
parents.
universal values.
Commercial values.
So
So
I think the goal tomorrow
I think the
is
gold waste.
to help the American people understand
What goes in
why
goes
these
out.
reforms were so important
Yeah, Mr. McKinnis.
and understand why they are so valuable to our
Thank you,
national
Mr.
security moving
McKinnis.
forward.
Our bankruptcy attorney.
There will be an acknowledgement that there is
There
additional
will be a
work in this area that
bankruptcy
needs to be
attorney.
done and will require thoughtful consideration by
Thank you,
national
Brian
security professionals in the
McKinnis
next administration.
and Michelle McKinnis. Chris McKinnis.
But the
Mary
president is quite
McKinnis.
proud of all of the
And
progress that
Mike
we have made,
McKinnis.
both in terms of keeping the country safe,
The
but
Flynn
also in making
TV,
sure that our country
CNN. Flynn.
lives up to the values that are central to our
Flynn
greatness.
CNN.
Jordan.
Good morning, White House.
Reaction to the arrest that was made yesterday at
We have a Verizon
Pizza
support
in
question.
Northwest. I'm asking because the president has spoken out a number of times on the corrosive effect
Team
fake news has had
Amago.
on the political discourse, and I know that a lot of the rumors surrounding that establishment.
This is never
was spread by
something
fake
we'd
news online.
like our customers to say.
Well, let me start by complimenting and crediting local law enforcement here in the Washington area who responded
Our Siegel,
with a lot of
what
professionalism
happened to
that
make
situation
you
and
feel this way?
preventing any bloodshed.
I'm George
And so,
Hansen.
you know, this
Keep me
is
posted.
just another
KI.
example of how our men and women in blue
You've
never
got a
take a day
clothing
off
store,
and keep us safe.
Siegel.
We owe them a debt of gratitude, and that certainly applies
Don't call this number, please. Don't
to
call.
the brave men and women who serve in the
Don't call
Metropolitan Police
it.
Department here in Washington, D.C.
Don't call it.
The second thing is,
Oh, we
I can tell you
called
that
and they
those law
gave up.
enforcement officials are continuing to investigate this situation.
Alice picked up the phone.
I know there have been some
We
interviews that
called.
have been conducted with the
We called the
subject.
Armory.
And I
We
think
called
they
the
have some
Armory.
interest in trying to learn more
Armenians.
about
We
what
called
exactly
them.
his motives were.
We called the Armory.
I think more generally,
I think Weather.
even without
Herman
knowing
said
precisely
that.
what those motives were, I think there's no denying the
Oprah
corrosive
said,
effect
"Do
that
you
some
think?"
of this,
And then Furman said, "I think Weather."
of these false reports
I think
have
he
had on
knows
our
your
political
name.
debate.
He knows you. He does phone.
And that's concerning
concerning
in a political context.
in a political way. No, you can't.
It's deeply troubling
It's Cruz. Who else would it be?
that some of those false reports
That's what he asked you.
could lead to violence.
Completely absurd.
So
To have
again,
etiquette
it's unclear
class.
if that's exactly what happened in this situation.
That's exactly
I'll
what
let,
happened. We had
local officials
etiquette
speak to that.
class.
But this is something that
What were
that
the
I think
kids
everybody's gonna have to
eating?
spend some time thinking about, particularly people in this room.
TSA pre. What were they eating?
In this room.
Complimentary snacks on American Ices.
Is important
We were
to the
eating
functioning of our
complimentary
democracy.
snacks on American Ices Airlines. What else were we eating?
This is something that I assume the next administration
It's
is gonna have to spend some time thinking
complimentary.
about and working on as well.
It's
Elect or
complimentary.
his top advisors need to speak out about this problem too. We've
Snacks
seen
for young
the
people.
son of Michael
Good
Flynn, the
Lord.
incoming national security
This
advisor,
administration.
spread some of the rumors about this pizza shop
Yeah,
on his
delicious.
Twitter account. So given that,
Very
that
scandalous.
senior members of the Trump team need to respond.
They're giving away complimentary
Yeah,
snacks.
I'm not here to issue any specific challenges to the incoming
Free
administration on any
samples.
topic. I think we all
I think
hold a
with a not
responsibility,
plumbing.
Regardless of whether or not we are planning
Don't
to
call
serve a
them.
government
Don't call
position
them.
or if one of our family
Get that
members is
Nissan
planning to
out of
serve a
here.
government position.
Yeah,
That we
Nissan,
should
get
be
away.
propagating,
Don't call them.
false things that could inspire violence.
Mike Bernie Nissan.
That's there's probably some
We
overlap
called
with the rule
Amy
there,
and her
I think,
boyfriend.
somewhere
We called
that,
them.
may be worth considering.
Amy has a Nissan too. We called
There
Amy.
was like a
We
group of
called.
22 Republican senators who sent a
And
letter
we're
to President
here
Obama
in
today
Los
asking him
Angeles.
to stop issuing any
We
non-emergency rules and
come.
regulations in the final weeks of the administration. Just wondering
We
if the White House has received that
come.
letter and if you have any response to it.
I haven't seen the letter, but
He
it's not
hasn't heard
first
the
time I've been asked
question.
about a
The
letter
question is, can we,
that
Heather
purports to carry
Howard,
the same kind of message. And I think I'll just
e-commerce
reiterate
sites?
something that I think President Obama has said, which is simply that
Can we?
their the
I don't know
rulemaking
if we should
process
do
in the Obama
that.
administration continues.
It might
and our goal
continue.
is not to generate a bunch of new rules
You
in
might give
response
us
to
a
the
boost to the water fountain.
surprising
You might
election
give us a
outcome,
boost.
but rather to ensure that the rulemaking process
Yeah,
that
that
has long been
commercial.
underway
That's a good commercial.
is
Yeah.
completed effectively and in a timely
1-800.
fashion before President Obama leaves office.
1-800.
And that's what we're focused on doing.
Okay, Kevin.
Thanks, Josh. Any update on the situation in Oakland,
Donate
California?
your card
Is there any
Honestly, Kevin, what happened
today.
in Oakland is a heartbreaking situation.
Donate your card
Dozens of
today.
People who thought they were showing up to a
Donate
party
your card today.
didn't go home. And it raises
Why would
lots
we
of
learn
questions
etiquette
that are
class
still being carefully considered by
and sex
investigators about
education class?
building codes.
This isn't a
What sort of
coincidence.
precautions were put in place to ensure the safety
I remember because I'm
of
talking like
partygoers.
this.
And obviously those precautions
I sound
were
like I'm 12 years
woefully
old.
insufficient.
Oh, Lord.
And it's a tragedy.
It's a tragedy.
I can tell you that White House officials have been in touch with the mayor's office.
This
to
is
offer
Pink
our
Shorts
condolences and offer our support to
recorded in front of a
officials that are
live
bearing a
Democracy
heavy burden.
Republic exposure approved.
And this is another situation where you've got first responders who put themselves in
Duty of
harm's way, trying to
confidentiality
protect the public. In this
denied
case, firefighters
to prevent a
need to use
critical non-compliance.
that
Can
use
we?
their skill
No.
to save lives.
Absolutely no.
And we're certainly grateful
Absolutely.
for that.
For
This is a
that,
community
light
that's
years
mourning.
ahead.
And it's It's obviously a very sad.
Thank you for writing MREL. Thank you.
I understand there was indeed a transfer.
Safety video.
Give us more details about that.
This is auditorium. We don't remember anything else. Auditorium station, auditory nerve, receiver
Guantanamo
cycle.
Bay detainee that was transferred
Restitution
to
of all state and federal funds
this is an
applicable
individual who
to a
will
volunteer.
be subject to some
Come
security
to my
requirements
heart
that were negotiated in
status
advance
of
by the
18
United
U.S.
States
Code
with the
35.
local government there to ensure that this individual does not pose an undue
Volunteer.
threat to our national security.
Coming to our heart.
The population at
Who says that all the
Gitmo is
time?
now down to 59.
The bread and wine man.
There's still
you know,
at least a couple dozen of those
the
individuals
CAO guy.
who are
The
eligible for
hallelujah
transfer.
guy. Got
We're
him.
continuing to do the diplomatic
Coming
work
to our
of
hearts.
finding an arrangement for
Coming to our
individuals
hearts.
be safely transferred to.
Why would you want to come to someone's heart?
The president's intention to continue with the transfers, but not necessarily close down the facility. Is that sort of a fait accompli at this point?
Not sure.
Well, listen, we're continuing to do this important work, and
Coming to our
this is,
hearts. Good Lord
this is
Jesus.
work that's rather painstaking.
Is that
In
obvious?
making sure that we're carefully reviewing the files, putting the national security interest of the United
Why
States
would they want to
first,
do that?
and doing the important work with countries around the world to try to find a suitable location where these individuals
We
can
said no so
transfer.
many times.
You know, our stated goal of closing the prison is still rooted in
Rich
the
sportswear.
idea that closing the prison would be good for taxpayers because
We
it's
call the
prohibitively expensive
arm
to continue to
arm
run.
brace Nissan
And
guy.
our view is also
Hello,
that
arm brace Nissan
continuing
guy.
to have the prison to
How
open
are you, NSA?
only serves to advance the recruiting
We
interests of
said
extremist
no to
organizations
Chivarella and
that, do view
these
the continued
NSA
operation of the prison at
Nissan
Guantanamo Bay as an effective
Armenian
recruitment tool.
people.
And this is not just an observation that was
Why
made by
does
the
it for an
Obama
episode of Pink
administration.
Shorts?
Senior officials who served in President
Don't
Bush's administration
call. We call.
said the same thing and have advocated for the closure of the prison for the same reasons.
It's all in our heads.
Bipartisan support
It's all
from
in our
national
heads. You
security
gotta go.
professionals said this is a prison that should be closed. And we continue to be
We continue.
strongly
We want to
opposed
thank Josh
to
Ernst and the
politically
press
motivated
pool for today's
economic progress
show.
to prevent and
Thanks,
obstruct
Putin, for doing the show.
successful
You're
closure of the prison.
welcome. I'm
I
12
asked
years
you about
old.
the comments you
Sounds
made
like
earlier
he's 12 with
about
Nickelodeon.
Italy. You said it would be a mistake, you said, to
That sounds like I
oversimplify.
should be on
Would you
Nickelodeon. We
at
gotta
least
go.
acknowledge that there is a
Coming to our
populist
hat.
wave that appears